Hey everyone, so today I want to share some quick tips on how to make money faster and welcome to Bloxburg. So the first tip, as all of you know, is probably having a mood plot on your plot. I like to load in my plot here. If you have premium, you can do that as well. It's right in the corner behind the pizza planet, and I like to have my mood station all the way over here so that I can just drive up here with my pizza vehicle, if you do pizza delivery that is, and just go there. What I usually do is place a little table, but I don't have to do that anymore. And I want my plot to be bills free. So I usually turn off my bills as well, but we'll get to that later. We need to find the cheapest toothbrush. So that's $230. We can just place that on the ground. That's for hygiene. We also need to get some fun. And for fun, I'm either gonna have to put a book, but you can also put a swimming pool. So the cheapest book that I can find is $35. And then of course I put like the cheapest sleeping bag. I'm not gonna put a chair, I just want to have a sleeping bag. I want to be able to sleep for some weird reason. So all of this can be done bill free. And then we have left hunger, and for hunger go into appliances and then you find the cheapest fridge that you can find, or the picnic basket will also help, or the cooler. The cooler is probably the cheapest option that you can get. And then usually what I like to do is I add a vehicle to my plot. In this case I'm going to be using the bike because that's the cheapest vehicle. I know that's a lot of money for a lot of people, but I feel like it's faster to use that than to use a teleportation button to go to work, so I like to have a vehicle on my plot. Then I just drive up. When I load in my plot, I drive up to my mood plot. I park my vehicle on my plot as to where my plot is, because otherwise it will despawn. I fill my moods with all of this stuff. So for fun, I use the book. Then for food, I go to the cooler and I take a yogurt because you don't have to prepare that. For hygiene, I brush my teeth. Well, I have a dirty plate, yes. But for hygiene, I brush my teeth. And then, of course, I sleep in the sleeping bag. My plot value, $0. Amazing. But it's probably gonna be around, I don't know, 5,500 or something like that. It's not gonna be that much. But still, to make sure that I don't have to pay bills, I go to option. And then automatically pay bills, you do want to turn that off. You don't want to pay bills on that plot, so you turn that off. You can fill up everything. You don't need anything that uses electricity or water for this, so this is the cheapest option that you can get to have your mood plot if you want to work long shifts. However, if you do want to pay bills, turn that back on. If you do want to pay bills and get rid of the bike and still teleport to work, just stay in your shift, you can also do that. It's gonna be a lot cheaper. But then I also suggest having some trees up. So we need a garden sprinkler. Don't I have cheap garden sprinklers? There we go. I'm gonna be placing that in the center here. And what you want to do is go into garden, go to lemon trees. And if you have advanced placement, it's very easy. You can just place them inside each other and place like 30 of them in here. So that while you're working, lemons will be growing on your plot, and if you go back to fill up your moods, you can harvest the lemons and get some extra money. So if you have like 30, it's really easy to do. If you have a lot, the value will decrease, so it doesn't make a lot of sense having a lot of them. It definitely helps having a tree on your plot. Of course, if you don't have advanced placing, it will be really hard with the sprinklers, and then you need to water your trees and stuff like that, so don't think it's a very useful. But yeah, you can just go ahead and harvest all of these. Yeah, usually I place my sprinkler a little bit further, and I used a large garden sprinkler because as you can see right now, I'm just turning on and off the sprinkler, so that's not really helpful, but yeah, you can definitely do that. Then once you are at work, if you do pizza delivery like I do, it's very important your first few pizzas get you a lot less money than your other pizza. So if you deliver 3 pizzas in one session, your third pizza will earn a lot more than your first one, but your moods will decrease. So what I do when I start is I grab one pizza, I see how far it is. If it's too far, the person is right over there, that's way too far for me. I end my shift, I go back inside. I should have waited till the arrow disappeared. I go back inside, take another pizza, it leads to the same place again, so going away from that again, go back inside. I think they fixed that though. Let's see if the NPC disappears. Okay, the NPC disappeared. Yeah, I think they fixed that. So I used to go inside, go back outside, wait until a customer was over here, but I think they fixed that because right now I'm having the same person over and over. Now what's important is that you don't stop after delivering one pizza, but you keep doing what you do. If you want to fill up your moods during your shift, you wait until you pass your house, you deliver the pizza. So first you go up to the customer, otherwise your pizza might disappear. You deliver it and then you go back. You park as close as possible to where everything is, to where your mood station is. You fill your moods, you do everything, so you sleep, you read a book, you brush your teeth, you get a snack. And once all of your moods are at 100%, which I'm not gonna do at this time, you can jump back onto your bike and continue delivering pizzas. And in the meanwhile, your lemon tree is growing. You will see when it's finished when there's lemons on it, of course. But it's a nice extra income. I wouldn't do it as a main income because it really doesn't give you all that much, even if you have a lot of trees, so it's not really that useful. And then you just continue working on your shift. It's also important to stick to one job because the more you level up, the more money you will make. And that's a very important thing to keep in mind as well. It's very hard to level up in pizza delivery. The more you level up, your income increases quite a lot with that job. So reaching level 50 on pizza delivery will give you a lot more income than, for example, reaching level 50 as fisherman, because there is a cap, and the cap for pizza delivery is a lot higher because it is harder to level up than, for example, the cap for fisherman. So the miner job is probably the easiest one to level up in, but you will also earn less at level 50 than you would as pizza delivery person, so it's not really that useful in the long term. I also suggest, if you hate working a lot, that you set a timer and you work for 10 minutes to 20 minutes a day, which is really nothing, but it will increase your level over time. And as you can see, in 2 minutes I already made $2,500. So let's say I make $4,000 every 5 minutes, I make $8,000 every 10 minutes. If I work for 20 minutes a day, that would be 16,000 times 7 a week. So you end up making quite a lot of money by doing very little effort instead of doing it all at once. Usually when I'm broke in Bloxburg, I tend to work full weekends. That's my jam. But if you don't like to work, you can always do shorter shifts, but then daily, and just keep reminding yourself to do it. Set an alarm. You will also get your daily reward streak if you join every day. So it's very important to get a strategy down. Then another thing I really like to do is go to YouTube on one side, take Roblox out of full screen. I could also go to Netflix, but that would just show a black screen, so I'm not doing that. Watch a YouTube video and continue working like that. So on my Mac, I'm using the app Magnet, and it lets me choose how I want to play. I can put it in the corner over here if I want to. But yeah, it's definitely useful. On Windows, it is built in, so you can just drag your screen to the sides and it will work like that. But if you like to be distracted during your job, I like to watch YouTube or Netflix or whatever, or listen to Spotify, and the time goes a lot faster like that. What you can also do with your meals, of course, is just get a bunch of yogurt, put it on a table, and delete your fridge or something like that, but I don't feel like that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, definitely just I don't know, keep a fridge or something. I'm going to be leaving it at this because I think I gave you quite enough tips. I don't know if there's a lot more to tell about making more money. Of course, you could always buy it with Robux, but I wouldn't recommend buying money with Robux because in the long run, it's gonna be really, really easy to make $50,000 and you're gonna be like, why is that 700 Robux in no time? So it's really important not to buy money and just stick to your plan. It's not that hard to work. Asking for donations is usually not that fruitful, so I wouldn't do that. But yeah, definitely use some of those tips if you want to. Set a timer, just do something else while working. You can also watch YouTube on your phone or whatever, but I play on computer, so it's really easy for me to have it side by side next to YouTube, and that's what I do. So I'm gonna leave it at this. I hope this helped you out a little bit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, and please subscribe.